Go and show you guys how I built Gargamon first. So Mega Gargamon is using an AoE 55 damage times 2 fire hit and then immobilizes themselves the next turn. Increases damage to targets with vegetation trait. Insanely good broken farmer to use on the obviously the tree area. Man, I'm trying to remember the name off the top of my head, but yeah, the digital world area where it's based all like in the trees and stuff. Bakasmon area. And then you have giant missile. Target one enemy, single target, 48 times 2 fire hit. This has no down. Doesn't have like a negative effect, but it's weaker, right? It's a weaker hit, but you don't get stunned the next turn. Guaranteed stunned. And I'm not sure if the immunity to we can test it here in a second. The immunity to status abnormalities counts. I'm not sure, but usually because you could see right here they're weak to water and they're weak to ice. So I try to put. I'm pretty sure most ice types are, for the most part, if I think correctly, are weak to fire. I know grass is as well. So it's like there's a lot of weird things where it's like it's not really like a type. Like Mega Gargamon is not like fire type. It's just Mega Gargamon's weak to water and weak to ice. So there's like a general thing where it's like a lot of ice types. You can kind of go to the ice area and kind of fight each one and look at each one's weakness, or look at your own field guide and look at each ice person and see what they're weak to. But you can kind of get the gist. It's usually like fire, and it's usually maybe like earth. Like there's always like the same ones. But yeah, that's why I try to put needle plant. I put nano machine break to have a higher chance to beat water types, so grass and lightning, just in case. Then I have the fire, my main strength, and then I have an attack charge to make mine just to hyper boost myself, and then guard bind to reduce their defense so I could hit super hard, and it gives it like some kind of like support like thing as well to the mon. And then also I went for stout strength. Stout strength is boost your attack based on boost the user's attack based on the user's HP. And this definitely, even though your stat in a match, like even though it says 9,999, and when you go into the thing with all your attack plus, it still says 9,999. There's like this weird hidden stat because they didn't program your actual attack when you're using the mon to go past 9,999. So even though I think the blue stats don't do that, the extra blue stats, once you're in battle, the in battle increases do affect it. And at least from what I know, I don't think like when you have like an attachment based item and it says like plus 500 attack, plus 200, I don't think those work. It's just buffs and like personality skills, things like that. I think those for sure affect it, because I'll be hitting things for 99,999 on Mega with the also this thing. Most of your DPS should be equipping this. Consumes double the SP to deal 50% more damage. So that's why I have it on him, and I have an extra one. I usually put it on Gargamon. And then any broken AoE character like that one, Supermon, anything like that. You could put it on even Sakyumon. Even though it's only 55 damage AoE, it will still make it consistent to destroy things. And also then it'll make this target. Makes anything broken, really. And then we'll move on to and I would say I maxed out their attack, didn't do anything to int. I did invest in their defense and spirit a decent bit. Obviously honestly Gargamon is just max everything but int. Sakuyamon, move on to next. Sakuyamon is a data type. Oh, and then also Mega Gargamon's a vaccine type, so it's weak to virus, so you could also put this thing on. This is why it's important to all your side quests. There's an Edamon side quest at the end of the game, and everyone like doesn't like doing these, but it's to find the Edamons, and you have to find 12 of them. They're hidden throughout all of Japan or Tokyo, and you have to go find them. But if you find them all, you get a attachment that gives you 30% complete reduced damage to all virus. I wish they made more of these and made one for each typing. I don't know why it's only virus that you can find, but yeah. So Sakuyamon is a data magic based type. Magic, and then you come through here and you just equip magic. I didn't do these yet, I'll just do these while we're on the video. But weak to steel, weak to dark. So you could do, she has a light base attack and it's AoE. You could do a light single target magic spell. Then you could do steel. I mean, I guess you could do fire. Let's do fire, single target, and then let's do definitely more on the offensive side than like a support in this game especially. So you could make her even like a unique, like you could just make her a variety of elements, to be honest. I haven't done this where I made somebody just all offensive, but you could like just make her just multiple elements. So like let's say like single target ice. And let's say with this team, you have a lot of light and you have a lot of fire. I have the lightning. Like what coverage I not have? Weak to steel. I don't think I have water coverage. I think steel is weak to electric, so you could just put it's either some steel types are weak to like Comet Hammer and some steel types are weak to electric. So probably, you know what, let's just go this one. Let's do that one. I already have an AoE here, and let's go pure single target and just destroy something. Items too are obviously this 50% more damage. The crimson one, which is 20% more crit damage. You can get recover SP equal to 5% of magic damage taken. I mean, obviously just int or speed attachments, or you can go evasion, crit rate. I would suggest just until you max out your stats, try to just get one of these int. I think it's this one, curse. So it's int and then a crit rate. So that's good. And then you can go like int plus the one that gives you 50% more damage. So you get int, you get crit rate, and you get 50% more damage on all your skills. And then I would try to use a farm if you don't want to do the load enhancement route to just max out your HP, max out your SP, max out your intellect, max out your speed. Everything else, like, you don't need any attack anyways. Your defense and your spirit can slowly go up from there with levels, and then obviously the more money you can get, or the better, and then you just max it out. It's a lot easier when you have the DLC. But if you don't have the DLC, and also the DLC doesn't give you talent, so you're forced to actually find open world farms. And so in open world farms, as long as you're faster than them, it really doesn't matter, but they will hit you super hard. So if you don't, even if you have 9,999 defense, my Edamon against a boss got hit for like half of his HP when he taunted, meaning he reduced the attack and the magic attack of the boss, and had 9,999 spirit and defense, and literally got hit for like half of his HP by a boss. So it's like, that's why it's like, you definitely want to, if this is like the Sakuyamon's like one of the main ones, or you want to run this team with all three, you definitely want to make sure all of those are maxed out. And if you want to run this all three one, instead of like Thunderfall, you would just go, you would either go, you could X revive, not revive, but you would go X aura. So you would have an AoE heal. I need to buy more of those, but yeah, this is, you have an actual AoE heal. You usually have like X aura on my Chronomon DM. No matter what, my Chronomon DM is going to be here. Chronomon DM also has cheer, so the attack buffs. My Jupitermon is a single target defense nerf, and also has planning ahead. So that's a planning ahead you could also do. So that planning ahead is like an AoE, just straight up instant as soon as you load in, defense nerf to all enemies. Right now I have meditation. Boost your intellect from round 4 onward. The more rounds that pass, the greater the boost to intellect. I don't know if there's a cap, but I think it might be like 20-30% int. That's what I heard. Somebody said it was like about 30% intellect boost, just like a flat like 30% boost. So whatever your collective cumulative int by that point, plus buffs, then it gets boosted by another like 30%. It's not as good as like Stout Strength or anything at its max value when you have the 200% overheal, but it's pretty good. The other one you can go is Combo Magic, which I have on this one. It is chance of activating your skill again when using a magic attack skill, and the lower your HP, the greater chance. And right now, I don't know if they're ever gonna fix a bug. Who knows? But there's a bug where if you have in the overprotective tree, one of the hidden personality skills is when you heal the target, you could heal them if they're full health, you heal them for overheal, and it's up to 200% of their maximum HP. Obviously 9,999 HP, no matter what is always the max. Then their HP actually shows that it's going up, and you'll see it visually, and it'll go up to 19,999 because that's it was like 19,998, I think. I can't remember, but that's pretty much, if you just look up 9,999 times 2, boom, and then it shows up in the game. And for some reason, when that happens though, you would think that's even more health. It should be harder, but for some reason that overhealth is a bug right now where the overhealth counts as low HP. For some reason, no matter where it is, that overhealth counts as if you have like 1 HP. That's definitely a bug. They're probably gonna fix that. Even if they do fix that, I think Combo Magic procs pretty often, even without you being low HP. And if you don't want to rely on that, you should just go Meditation, where you boost your int from round 4 onward. She's also an AoE, a default like AoE, like anything that's pretty much all of these are gonna be stronger. Like if you go here and let's say like Magma Fall 3, all of them 45. So hers is a 55. So she like 55 is a pretty much the mega lowest a mega's AoE can be from their special skill. Might be lower as like a big hit. There's also ones that are like multi-hit AoEs, like theirs. So theirs is 20 but times 4. So 24 times. And then also you could still get caught with Combo Magic, and then with the overheal, and then you use somebody like, let's say like Lotusmon's the best healer for Lotusmon is the best healer if you want one healer to pump, right? Because it recovers HP based on or with single target with a 100% chance to boost their intellect by 20%. So you load in, instantly boost their their intellect by 20%. Then you just make her first, right? It's kind of hard. You have to pretty much. It's annoying because you can't guarantee going first, because you can't even like guarantee I guess you could digivolve, max the level out instantly, right? Let's say like you either leveled by you just did it by doing it normally, or you do it by I wouldn't say load enhancement, but the farm. So the farm, you just get him to 99 instantly. Whether you once you hit 99, boom, and almost max the speed. Let's say you get your speed to 9,889 or something. As long as she's 9,999, she's always going first. So you can kind of tweak it like that, where no matter what, you're fast. And I could do that, and I could spend the time to do that, where I could digivolve all my main mons and really tweak it so that all the ones with debuffs or healers go first. Because even if your healer can't heal, it's still good to just, because like some people are like, I wanted my healer to go last so they could tank a bunch of hits and then they get healed all back up. But like if because you're always gonna go first. I haven't hit the point where a boss actually was faster. So it's better to get like this, where it's like you get the overheal, you put AoE field buffs or single target ones, or acceleration boost, or just a spell boost. So like her, I would heal first, make sure I'm faster, spell boost. Or she has a single target, big, huge defense nerf with a magic resist nerf, so it still helps your physical ones. So it's like heal this, heal serpent ruin, then this. It really doesn't matter. But if you do serpent heal, then do serpent's ruin, and then do this, you have still the int buff to work with, and you might still have the overheal depending, and you might just be able to destroy the boss that way. If that move, like, because like let's say like you did it on Tsukuyamon and you popped your Izuna would hit for 90 and have a 25% chance of crit, and now that's a 25% chance flat, no nothing needed to proc it. And then you have the items where I only have one of them to show you, but I could have just went up and down. All right, so the Smithing God's Hammer, and I have the ability finally to get the 30% one, where so it's 20% nullifies poison, deadly poison, steel resistance, and then the Thunder God's one, which is 500 attack, 30% crit, and then you have water resistance, and I think it's you're immune to all abnormalities as well. I'm pretty sure it's either stat downs or abnormalities, but those are like the two broke. Like you get 50%. That would be 50% right there, and then you have 20%, 25% there, or you could do the 30%. I think you always do 30% one because it's immunity. I'm pretty sure it's immunity to all abnormalities, so you don't have to worry about that. And then at least you don't have to worry about water. There's a good amount of water mons in the game, and then 30% is the highest you can get. 15% is from crit 2. So did I make it already? Wait, why don't I have a crit 1? Hold on. Oh, I found on my other playthrough. That's right. I found on my other playthrough. But yeah. I know where all the crit 2s are, so that's cool. So that means I can get 2 more of those. You can get 2 in your playthrough. There's one where you go back to Factoria, and then you have to go back to where the Volcanusmon guy's area is. And I'm pretty sure I already made this video, but I'll just tell you again. Factoria, go to the endgame area, or Factoria area, go all the way to the end. Literally, you have to go by the passport for the Vetamon, go all the way down, walk all the way to the end, literally where you fight the final boss of the area, and then you go to the right, and he has like 2 chests there, and one of them's crit 2, and I think another one is in the forest, if I remember, and that should be both your crit 2s. I'm pretty sure the other crit 2s over there. Yeah, that's Tsukuyamon, and then I'm just gonna move on to Gallantmon, and Gallantmon is a physical and magical, but his main damage move is a magical, because if it's a virus, he's a virus, and if he hits another virus, it's with this move, it's just going to do even more damage. And from what I've seen, anytime it says if target is blank increased damage, it's like a 25% minimum boost. So I might even be, actually no, I think it's a 50%, because I've hit something and when it hovered it said 450%. So I think it's a 50% boost. It's like as if you have stab. And I can't remember who it was. Was it him? I think it was him. So he's a generation, it was a generation lower for sure. And I think they were evil. So that's another damage increase. So I'm pretty sure it just said, I remember it saying 450%, and I was streaming this, and I was like, what the? So I don't know what the 100% was coming from, because it's like the highest you can default get, I think, is 300%. So I don't know where the 150% total came from. I'm assuming that if it says increased damage to evil targets, that might be 100%. And then I must have got another 50% from, oh, you know what? I lowered their electrical resistance. I think that gave me an extra 50%. So, and then and it also lowers defense, which I don't think increases that percentage. I don't think that even calculates into that. It's like all a separate calculation. But yeah, like if you have, let's say you're using him and you want to, like, you could start using, let's say you're playing with your AI Agumon you could give him the Holy One, and then the Holy One, because I don't really care about this one, but the Holy One is performs a light physical attack at 30 times 3, 100% chance of reduction to light resistance. So that's really good just to have on the back burner. And then you could have him light damage, light damage, light damage, and then put light damage on your Mega Gargomon instead of, like, let's say, Nano Machine Break. And so you have multiple characters that can work with light resistance reduction. There's other characters that do that as well. You can go through all of them and pick whatever one you want. This is just easier where over half the game you have an Agumon with you, and then especially when you get to the end game and you always have your Agumon with you before you like beat the game and you have to do all those side quests and those super hard things at the end. You could just cheese it with Agumon and then boom. Remember, it's a holy version. But also his Lightning Joust move removes stat debuffs as well off of him. So if you get spammed, there's like one dude who had a crown, which is the maximum amount that the debuff can be proc to you. My attack went from 9,999 to like 4,300 attack. As soon as you use this one time, it's all gone. And if they're an immortal character, boom, it destroys them. So it's extra damage to get a little bit of extra oomph out of that one. For your extra moves, just damage. And I think you should prioritize being magic, and that's why I put combo magic on them. And this is the one I was telling you about, where you would use a skill and it'll just proc and then use it again. And if you have overheal, it just always procs. So your main damage move, which is this one, which is your magic attack. Your physical one is just there. Oh, I got stat debuffed. I'm taking this off of me. They're both light and they're both single target and they're both 90 damage. But this one is, if virus, increase damage. If unknown, increase damage. Unknown Digimon are only weak to null type moves. I think this literally now, in a sense, becomes a null type move on top of that. On top of being a light move, is a null type as well. And then, if they're a virus, so now, I don't even think, so it pretty much is, if target is virus, do more damage. I guess things can be unknown trait without being things can be unknown trait without being an actual like Diabormon, I'm assuming. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Don't I have Armageddon on here just chilling? There you go. Yeah, so he's unknown. And then but there's other ones that are unknown, like the Agumon. Agumon Bond of Bravery, Gabumon Bond of Friendship, both unknown. You'll do more damage. So you do more damage against things like Gabumon and Agumon Bond of Friendship. There is a raid at the end of the game that you could do for, I'm assuming, an achievement or something. I did it, I don't remember what I got, but yeah, it's like pretty much like a hard raid that you get right at the end of the game. I didn't really notice it was that hard, but I was also playing on it was the default first playthrough. It wasn't as hard as, I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's two big giant fight a lot of raid-like enemies, and they're amped up. Like, they were definitely even harder than anything I've fought on Mega. And so and that was on hard. I can't imagine them on Mega. So to beat all those and to get the special achievements for, I'm pretty sure, beating both of the groups, and then probably beating the game on Mega, because I'm getting a lot of people. Yeah, you're gonna need stuff like this and pay attention to stuff like this. So virus, which can't remember if the last boss is a virus or not, but I think the last boss might, I don't know. I think it might be virus. I mean, usually virus is always evil. So unknown and virus are both evil types, so that makes sense. The Gallimon destroys that. And then also magic, you just put, let's say, easy fire. He loses to wind. Put wind and dark. You already have holy spells. You could do stone. That's like coverage I don't have with this group. Put stone. Single target. I could put also an AoE, but I kind of want him to also be semi-supporty as well, since he does a lot of damage, but also I want some support. So let's just do this, and then let's do X Aura, and let's do Let's do this one. So if anybody in their group gets status abnormalities, injury, disease, I could get rid of that, cleanse that, and then next turn pop X aura, or you know, use that and then maybe on the then pop an item on the next turn for someone else, heal the whole group like an AoE item, and then do what I need to do on them, and then AoE heal just in case stuff gets hairy, and then AoE magic, single target magic, single target, and then earth, which I assume is good against wind, and dark is usually weak to light. So I think dark and light are kind of like interchangeable, like weak and strong against each other usually. And then fire is just, I have Mega Gargamon, and then like it's just easier coverage. I already have fire here. You could just get rid of this one and put you could put the AoE light one, honestly. Just put the AoE light one, call it a day. There you go. So you have a single target light, AoE light, AoE earth, and then 2 heals, 2 like healing moves. And then what you could put on them is obviously blue steel, more damage, crit damage, intellect with a crit, with a curse, and then like or you could go physical with them, make lightning joust your main move, I guess, if that's what you enjoy more, and then just obviously change it for that. You could go, Dr. Kuga's Envy. This is an item you get from another side quest, good for all Intmons. And then I mean, you could make him like even a tank, even really. You kind of like, this guy's kind of interchangeable for a lot of things he could be doing. But yeah, that's how you build all of them, and I'm going to show you guys them in battle. I'm just going to walk up to these Edamons. This is mega difficulty, so they have really high stats. Let's do Gargamon first. I now can't remember if I put items on. No items. Okay, cool. So you're going to see the raw stuff. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to do single target. And then just show you the stats. 9,999 attack, only 9,900 HP. I think things you would be fighting right out the gate when you start Mega would be level 60 with 9,900 HP with like max out attack, almost max out intellect. It will be like, this is really high defense. So I can't imagine like a Metal Edamon, but not in this room, where it's gimped on purpose so that it can actually help you farm a little bit. If you're not strong enough though, you won't one-tap them. If I take Mega Gargamon out of my like entire roster, put it into the bank, I won't one-shot this at all. Good spirit. This is actually high speed for most of the stuff I've been fighting too. Alright, let's see. Let's fight you. Let's do you. Oh, he's a virus type, so you're gonna see the extra damage. Watch. Oh, you know he's also, well, he's level 50. So let's see. Oh yeah, she's a data type. Try that. Wow. I guess because of her, the level is so high on her. Actually, they're both level 99. Man, Margaret Gargamon's insane. There you go. You see her first. There you go. Like, this guy's tanking it, bro. So far, it's looking like Mega Gargamon might be the best one. Let's see this. There's no items. That was a crit. I just want to see this one move, the null type move. Alright, you gotta go. Oh, see, that's a cleansing effect. I guess we'll just put the skills on so you guys can see it. I'm so used to playing without skills on, so that I could just farm all the time. I don't want to have to see it. We'll do one more as the last one. We'll do this just so you can see the other skills. And then, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope you guys enjoyed it enough to drop a like, drop a hype on if you're on the mobile app, and please drop down like who you want me to see do this next. It was really annoying because I got Gallantmon like trained, and then I looked and he was maxed out level, and I was like, oh no. Even with the talent booster, I'm gonna have to farm super hard to farm like people in the open world, and this is why it's so important to farm in the open world, because you can farm these guys all day, but like if you already trained and then you digivolve and then digivolve again, or I could digivolve them and then digivolve back, all that training, as long as you have like there's like 20 to 50% bond, a portion of that will go into your total stats, and it'll, like, your white stat next time will be a higher thing. It just sucks that yeah, it kind of screwed me. Yeah, that's what load enhancement's pretty good, because it kind of circumvents that, and it won't be as low. My Beelzemon burst mode is like 8,000 attack or something right out the gate, level 1. Level 12 it's like 9,980 or something.
Yeah.
Let's just finish it off. Yeah, it's this one. Alright, peace out. Hope you guys have a great day, and stay tuned for more.